Jeff, it is so nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you. Before I even start, Drew, I gotta tell you, as a fellow journalist, I so appreciate what you do on your show and the way you make us feel inclusive as a viewer, even from home. You do such a great job, and I don't know if you hear this enough. So I just want to say you are doing a wonderful job as a TV host, and we appreciate you.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm so humbled. I really am. Like, I was so scared when I started this job. I mean, we were launching live. So, live TV is a unique beast.
Mhm.
In the depths of a pandemic, also such a unique situation. And then nobody was really here. I was like talking to an empty studio. There weren't guests, there weren't audiences. And I felt like I really learned very quickly and with way too much humility how much confidence I had playing a character
Mm.
over just being myself and trying to be good in a job that I admire so much, which is journalism.
Mm.
And I had like had such a lifelong training of being interviewed, and I hold journalism up so high that I put so much pressure on myself to like live up to my own expectations. And it was just a lot. And it's been a very vulnerable, uncomfortable, awesome journey that I've been on. So let me just tell you how much that means to me coming from you. And your current outlet, obviously, is something I admire very greatly. So, like, thank you, Jeff, for saying that. That is
Uh,
such a compliment. Thank you. I'm glad I passed your test. I would like to have earned that. Like, I knew
yeah.
coming into here that, like, this was new for me and I was green at it. And it didn't matter what I had experienced in my life. I just felt very wobbly calf.
So you are a actor, you're a producer, Drew. You are a talk show host, and you're an author. But are there any industries that you still itch to tap into in the near future?
Travel writer,
Yeah.
travel writer and photographer. Um,
Are you doing things in the motions that get to that moment?
I I've done little things here and there, and I incorporate that into our magazine. I participate in like the travel section, and I put my own stuff into it. Um, but I do think that I've always, since I was a kid, admired that kind of a life, because since I was a kid, when I started traveling for the world tour of ET, I'd never been anywhere outside of West Hollywood, California. And then I started to see the world, and then on all these other jobs, I would live in all these other places all around the whole world, all around the whole country. And it gave me a sense of how different people live, their styles, their customs. Um, and it taught me that I cannot have judgment. I cannot have a closed off mind. There is no right way. There is no one way. And it expanded me the most as a human being, kind of like this show, where it taught me more than anything else about life. And so I'm so invested in travel, and it's made me a much smarter, wiser person, because I didn't really go to school. I was always like on set school, and then I was emancipated at 14, and that was it. I didn't ever went back. And so I think travel is one of our best educators.
I agree. Well, I can't wait to see those parts of you in the near future then, Drew. That's awesome. Great to hear.
Oh, I'd also love to flip houses too. I
Oh,
love interior design. And before this show came up, I literally thought I was going to go become maybe an interior designer. Um, so, but
oh,
also through travel is where you expand your design education.
mhm.
So, really, there's nothing travel can't do for a person if you have the luxury and the privilege of even getting to do so.
Fair. So, Drew, my last question is you brought up ET. If you could go back, Drew Barrymore, to ET set, to that little Drew, after everything you've overcame and accomplished throughout your life, and could give her a message to this girl that was about to go through fame at a very young age, what would you say to that Drew if only you could?
My stock answer used to always be she wouldn't have listened, because she was probably a bit stubborn,
Hmm.
thought she knew a lot more, because like that's such a truth of kids. And I'm such a strong-willed person. Um, I would just tell her that I know you're not going to believe this, but it will be okay.
And it is okay because you're doing amazing work, Drew. And it's a great time to speak with you. Congratulations on everything. Again, I'm Jeff from Forbes, and I look forward to sharing this Forbes piece with you ahead.
Jeff, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you, and you like brought me to this real emotion, and it's just so nice to have a profoundly real conversation. And the reason I went to question is because I think your questions were so good, and that's what enabled this great conversation. So
Thank you.
I have learned again from you.
Thank you. Well, I'm not here to waste your time either. I respect you too much not to give you good questions, Drew.
Well, that's how you got in the position you're in, and maybe we could do more in the future, Jeff.
I would love to. Anytime you want to, I'm more than happy to come see you in New York. I'm in Hollywood, but I'm happy to travel. Travel is
Well,
the
I'm a
thing.
fan of you and a fan of Forbes, so let's do this.
I look forward to chatting then again soon, Drew. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Jeff.